On my first day of college, my parents told me, "We can't pay for school anymore. Can you find a husband instead?" What? I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I'd spent the whole day falling in love with my classes. Introduction to Psychology, where the professor made us laugh while explaining Freud. Creative Writing, where we'd already started working on short stories. Even Statistics seemed interesting with the right teacher. I was sitting on a bench outside the library feeling like my life was finally beginning when they called. My mom's voice was oddly cheerful for someone destroying my future. "We need you to listen carefully, honey. We can't pay for school anymore." What happened to the college savings account you've had for me since I was a baby? My voice cracked. They'd shown me the statements every birthday, watched the numbers grow, used it as motivation when I didn't want to study for the SATs. That money was supposed to be sacred, untouchable, mine. There was a pause before my dad cleared his throat. "I had some problems. We're going to need all the money back to pay some debts," which was weird because she didn't say what kind of debts. Then what am I supposed to do? I felt like I might throw up. My mom jumped back in with her solution. "You need to find a rich boyfriend by the end of the month. You go to school with plenty of wealthy students and you have a good body, so it wouldn't be impossible for you to get a boyfriend to turn into a husband." I sat there stunned while she kept talking. She explained their whole plan like she'd thought it through carefully. How I should target guys in the business school. How I should dress more revealing. How I should laugh at their jokes even if they weren't funny. If you just don't break up with him even if he cheats on you, then in 7 years you can go back to school again. She said it like 7 years was nothing. Unable to believe what was going on, I hung up without saying goodbye. My hands were shaking as I scrolled to my brother Jerry's number. He'd graduated from law school last year and always knew how to fix things. He picked up on the second ring. "They just told me they can't pay for college and I need to find a rich husband. Is this really happening?" I was trying not to cry. Jerry let out a long sigh. "They did the same thing to me when I started college and I believed them." What? This kept getting worse. He explained how 8 years ago they'd called him with the same story, same weird debts, same crazy solution, but he'd been too proud to marry for money, so he'd dropped out instead. Started working as a welder to save up. Spent years breathing in fumes and burning his hands just so he could eventually pay for law school himself. "Why didn't you tell me?" I asked. "I thought maybe they'd changed. Maybe they'd learned. I kept hoping they weren't going to do it to you too." His voice was bitter. We sat in silence for a moment. I watched other students walking by with their backpacks and coffee cups, living normal college lives, not being told to sell themselves to the highest bidder by their own parents. "There's something else you need to know," Jerry said finally. "Our parents have ties with the Mafia." The Mafia? Like the actual Mafia? This was insane. Dad's gambling wasn't at casinos. He owes money to some very dangerous people. That's why they need your college fund. That's why they're desperate enough to suggest this husband thing. My brain couldn't process this information. My parents, who drove a minivan and went to church on Sundays, were mixed up with organized crime. My dad, who wore polo shirts and told bad jokes, owed money to actual criminals. "So what do we do?" I asked. Jerry's voice got quiet like he was making sure no one could overhear. "I have a plan to get your money back, but it's going to take both of us and you have to trust me completely." "What kind of plan?" I needed details. "Not over the phone. Can you drive home this weekend? We'll meet at my apartment and I'll explain everything. Just whatever you do, don't let mom and dad know we talked. Act like you're considering their marriage plan." "Jerry, you're scaring me." "Good. You should be scared. These people don't mess around. But I'm not letting them steal your future like they stole mine. We're going to fix this." Full story on channel link below.